Hello, everybody. How's it going, everybody? I see Cohet's already in the chat there. I don't know what rare parrot is, though. Thought it might be an emoji, but not seeing any emoji on either of the screens with the Twitch chat. Oh well. But hey, how's it going, y'all? We got a little bit of work to do. I was trying to finish my touch-ups to the line art before I actually got in here and started doing anything, but I think it's mostly done. I think what I just did might be the only thing I really needed to change left. But yeah, this is what we're working on today. We're gonna finish this boy, Gideon. Third of the Viridian Lords. And then if we still have time after that, we might do some class illustrations. I've actually been rethinking some more of the classes. And I started to think that the undead classes that I've got, most of the undead creatures that I've come up with kind of seem like they should be primarily physical based classes, you know? Yet I've only got one physical class to actually give them. So I think, or rather what I thought and started to implement already, is I'm replacing the Innervator class, which was all about like life draining and stuff. And we're gonna turn it into the Revenant class, which is a little more of like a generic zombie type of thing. I said I thought I was done making edits, but here I am. Keeping doing that. But yeah. This is... Well, as I was saying, yeah, I think if we get this one done, we'll do like the class illustration for the Revenant class or something. Because as it stands, like every physical-based undead creature I've made, which was quite a few, is a vampire. And I don't want that. I just don't want that. I don't want them all to be vampires. So we're giving them something different, a little more generic. So that's the plan for today. And with that said, let us pop into the voice chat for my boys. And then we'll start coloring this thing, rendering it. Fate would have it, the editing never ends. This is true. Especially if you're some kind of perfectionist or something. Let's see. We can unmute Geronimo until somebody comes in the chat. Let's see. I think what we want to do is I'm gonna get kind of a similar background style to what I had in the last big thing I did. We'll bring that up on screen here. This one. We'll kind of mimic this style of background. So let's see. Actually, let's just straight up copy that color, then we'll have like a brighter spot. Back here. And that'll be like our focal point that makes the silhouette stand out against that. And then most of it's going to be lit from that side. So we'll just kind of get some rim lighting while most of it's in the dark. Alright. We may be seeing Kohet later on. But for now, we just gonna... Whoa. We gotta paint. Let's see. Let's use kind of a more bluish color for the shadows here.
Dale Dakery Pop.
Dale.
Said, is that a rodent?
That is a ferret snake. We call it a serret. He only got front legs, you see. He is a beast type creature, which means that he is basically a chimera of multiple types of animals. What the hell just happened? What is this? Oh yeah. We gotta merge these layers here. Okay. Alright, I think that looks pretty alright. That should work out.
Dale Dakery Pop. Said, Snake Rat Weasel.
Snake Rat Whizzle? Yeah, okay. Hey Squishy, I see you over there in Rumble chat.
Said, no Dale, that is a man, his beard isn't that unkempt.
Let's see. This actually should go pretty quick. Anytime I do something that's like mostly in the dark, it really this is like my jam. I like to work in subtractive methods, so this is gonna be real easy. Alright, we got Evergrade saying he's gonna be on sometime. That's okay. We'll just
Dale
talk
Dakery
about
Pop.
stuff as we
Said,
go.
this song sounds like something from Shovel Knight.
From Shovel Knight. Let's see. I have no idea what this song is. It's just some, you know what, I don't even know how to describe it. It's something I found. From a 8-bit fantasy soundtrack or something. Okay, okay. We got that cleared up. Oh no, wait. Now we gotta fix this. One thing leads to another, man. Alright. Let's see. How do we want to do this? Probably like that. We could definitely use a bigger brush here. Otherwise it's gonna take dang near forever. Alright. And while we're here, let's give him some light on the cheeks there. Want a nice three-dimensional view of him. Face shouldn't be that flat, even if he is an anime character. Let's see. Alright. At some point we might have a full crew apparently. Dale's saying he might come on. But for now, wait, you're all. You know what? We probably don't want that entire thing in the light there. So we're just gonna take out this part. This part really threw Patron for a loop right in here. He had no idea what was going on when he was lining the art. And if you go in and look at it, it's like so. Like after you've seen what it's supposed to be, it's like, yeah, obviously he's wrapped around the guy's body. The Patron was just like, is that part of the cloak right here? Or he had like this part is part of the cloak, and then this was like his jacket. And I looked at the line art when he said it was done. He's like, I don't know what's going on here, so I just tried my best. And I couldn't figure out what it was either. I was like, it's definitely wrong, but I'm not sure what I was doing there. Let's check out what that was. And then I looked back at the sketch that I made initially, and I was like, oh yeah, that's what that's supposed to be. We can probably add some more little...
Dale Dakery Pop said, I get the confusion. I understand.
Understandable. Have a nice day. Yeah, just had to remember that he's a rat snake. Then it clicked. Which is actually like the entire premise of the piece here. It's just to show the thing being used in combat. I'll get some light on this arm here. One of the things I've always been kind of short on that I want to get more of is just the creatures being used by humans. That's one of the goals of this piece. Always nice to have a visual of things. And one of the things I really need to get a visual of is, I forgot about this for a while, but the global family have an ability that lets them basically turn into makeshift weapons or tools. So I want to draw something of that going on, you know? Or somebody's like using it like a shield or something. Alright, let's go get the dark darts. Next. Wait, this is normal. That doesn't look as good. The normal blend mode actually looks better for the blues. That's weird. What is it? Let's check. Let's try multiply on the second darts. See how that actually looks. Okay, we can't use the fill tool here. Colors are just too similar. That looks alright. A little bit too dark, probably. That's probably better. Let's see what it's like with the normal. Yeah, that one actually looks worse. We're keeping that on multiply. Kind of a weird conundrum. Gotta resist the urge to like whistle along with this song. It doesn't sound very good through the microphone, but it's a catchy tune to me.
Kohade said, that fur is really nice, yet damn triangles.
It's a nice stylization method, I suppose. Oh, we gotta get some dark spots in his ears here. Ooh. Okay, we're gonna have to select this area because there's no way I'm getting it right on the money. Oh, when you guys get on, we might have to talk about the that new Hello Games game that they just announced. Because I am all about that. I just hope like they have some more interesting systems in place than No Man's Sky did. Because the main issue I have with No Man's Sky is that it's not
Kohate
really a game.
said, there's a new Hello Games game.
There's
I've been in the dark. My games have all been factory optimization.
Yeah, they're coming out with a fantasy procedurally generated sandbox game. Apparently like No Man's Sky, since it's, you know, that's what they work on. But it's definitely got some stuff in it that looks like it's more advanced. I'm pretty sure they have fantasy races in it, for one thing. Which is kind of something that was missing out of No Man's Sky. Like, you could change your character to look like an alien and stuff, but you didn't have... It was just cosmetics. It was kind of lame. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see how far they take it. Really, all they really need is to get fun combat and...
Kohate said, I mean, a large part of No Man's Sky was learning the alien languages so you could talk to them, right? I think that studio has probably learned a lot and is eager for their comeback arc.
I mean, I guess. But learning the languages was pretty, like, bare bones stuff. It's not like you had different kind of stats and stuff or anything. But yeah, like I was saying, all No Man's Sky really needed to be fun was fun combat and interesting things to loot. Interesting rewards. And they just kind of failed on all of that. So hopefully they can get that part right. Because I am so down to clown with the idea of fantasy No Man's Sky. Yeah, I'm really not leaving myself much room for, say, highlights, now that I look at it. And now that I start getting into the highlights. Actually, before I get into the highlights, let's go ahead and slap some color on the line art here. Alright, that's an alright start there. Let's use like a slightly like yellow-green color for the highlights here. Overlay, let's use a glow. Use a glow on a very low opacity. Oh yeah, they say that the world in the new Fantasy No Man's Sky, which is called Light No Fire, so I don't have to keep calling it that other thing. They say that it's like actually the size of Earth in game, which is pretty cool. Now, presumably, I hope it's going to be like entirely procedurally generated with each time.
Said, oh no.
Oh no. I know there's been some Earth simulators that have not have kind of gone off the rails, but I think these guys have particularly learned their lessons. I'm not too worried about the same kind of complications. You know what? I'm not so sure about the highlights on the hair. Might try changing that coloring. It's probably going to look the same for the highlights on this guy too, since he's a brownish color. You know what we're gonna have to do? We need to take the coloring of the eyes and put it on its own layer. So I can better handle that on its own. And we can just like do like so, and here we go. We'll color in this place with all the stuff that was gone. Who goes there?
No one important.
Oh, it's just Evergrade. Okay.
That's
Welcome.
Great. And I hate that guy. He's always putting himself down. The jerk.
Yeah. How dare he?
The nerve. How are you doing, Dicebag?
I am doing okay, I suppose.
How was your day?
Just started basically.
Oh, right. I forget that you wait.
Yeah.
That you wake up at odd hours at times.
I wake up, take a shower, post to social media, then go back to bed.
I wish I could nap. It's borderline impossible for me.
I have to nap.
Yeah, I know, because you've your unique work schedule.
What are you up to?
Okay. Feels like the days are going by faster, but part of that's probably because I've been a bit down because of the winter weather. It's always a bit of a kind of a bummer, mainly because the cold weather reminds me of school and going out. Yeah. The horror.
School.
Also, I'm indoors more than ever when there's less when there's going to be less sunlight in the day, which is not fun.
Yeah, I just realized I forgot to make a swatch for my highlight color.
I've never done that before, and haven't had to go back to my layers to add them to the palette layer I make.
Yeah. Always a little fun. What were you saying?
Anyway, nothing. Been a bit down, and it's also been pretty busy because we're getting into the Christmas decorating, and I pretty much started off after doing some exercise. I pretty much started my morning running around and setting up decorations.
Yeah, I don't even decorate my house. It's just me here. What's the point?
That's probably how I'd be if I was on my own. I like this. I like the season, but it feels like more and more work every year.
Yeah.
And even as a kid, when I had more time, it felt a little. It took up a lot of my day.
Go ahead. It says you got to get festive, Dice. No, I don't. No, I don't. I ain't got a festive at all. Not even Festivus. Screw that holiday too.
What's Festivus?
What's Festivus? It's that Seinfeld holiday. I don't know.
Oh, I thought it was another real holiday someone made up.
Well, it is a holiday someone made up.
I mean unironically.
It'll lift your spirits, Kohet says. I don't really need my spirits lifted. You know what? I lost my train of thought already.
Maybe he likes his spirits low. Maybe if he lifts his spirits too high, he won't get enough air because of how thin it is up there.
You know what doesn't lift my spirits is change. And people come around being like, oh, it's this holiday, you have to change everything you do, and you're gonna have time off work. Oh, but you're gonna be doing other things with it, that you can't use it to work on your game and stuff. You're gonna have time off, but it's not really gonna be time off, you know?
Oh, Dice, you're hilarious. Time off. I get 5 days out of the year off. Because I'm not bold enough to use my sick days for unexpected expectedly staying at home.
Well, just expectedly stay at home.
I can set up vacation days, which is fine, but but I have to do it like about a month in advance, and I've got something coming up where I need to have at least have them stockpiled, so I can't. Maybe I could use 1 day, maybe 1 or 2 days off every few months until that happens.
Understandable. My job is luckily pretty generous with the time off. I've usually got more time banked up than I'm supposed to be allowed to have. So it's just like, oh man, I should take some time off. Things are getting really busy around this time, and I've been working overtime, and it's like, do I have time off to spend? Oh yeah, I've got more than I'm supposed to have.
That sounds nice. I take my time off kind of caps it, so if you hold on to too much, it just disappears. I used up a bunch recently, so that's building up for my vacation time. But for sick days, it's just going into the aether, and I want to use it more, but I keep thinking of that one time where I'm gonna need some days off, and I'll just be 1 day short, and it's going to cause some issues.
And the guys like running my plant are telling us things like, man, we don't care what you take the time off for, just take the time off for whatever. It's easier if it's just general time off and we can just all write it down under the same bookkeeping stuff.
My company doesn't care. The only time they were concerned about time off is when there was an issue. There was an issue with people not taking their breaks the right time, because there was some debate. There has been a bunch of debates, and let's just say we weren't doing it right. Hey, who's that handsome fellow? ZOMG, is that the Dale Daiquiri Pop in our presence?
Nope, not him.
Please
apparently.
don't like that ever again.
What? What did I do? I'm just messing around. How's it going?
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
I'm here for about an hour.
Hey, now it sounds good. How was your day, Dale? Or how's it going?
I don't know, I just woke up, bro.
Hey, you're starting to get onto the coolest live stream around. I'd say that's a pretty good start.
And it's Sunday, so everyone else thinks, oh, it's reasonable for this dude to be only awake at like 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna pretend that's not when I usually wake up.
Man, it must be cool to be Australian and living one day in the future.
You know, surprisingly, we don't get news earlier, though. It's not like Foresight. It's just lame.
Weird. Man, that's bogus.
Yeah, I'd definitely be taking Australia back to the manufacturer if I found that out.
I really hope they patch that out. If they're gonna have the giant enemy mobs, that would be a nice compensation bonus.
Yeah. Kind of a balance issue.
Yeah.
Australia is like a real-world isekai, but without the overpoweredness, because all the enemies have it.
So it's an isekai, but it's realistic.
Yeah.
Give me a second.
This is going surprisingly quickly. part where I'm gonna start softening the edges here.
Alright.
Looks like we're definitely gonna get to the class art after all.
Alright, class is good. It's in.
Another thing to remind you of school.
Damn, sucks to be you, buddy.
Man, I don't think I've. As far as feeling absolute apathy, I think that was directed towards most of my school life.
I always hated school.
Yeah, I hated it too. I hated it too. I never fit. Yeah, I never felt like I really fit in, and the classes were always annoying.
Man, I'm not like the other girls.
Oh, what you're saying? Oh, what you're saying? People like school? Hmm. It was not really fun, especially college. I keep remembering how I wasn't the best, but I was one of the only students who didn't have an emotional breakdown near the end of like my last semester.
In college?
Yeah, so I guess I had that going for me.
Yeah, man, that's like an absolute win. It's like, you don't have fun, but at least you don't, like, actually destroy yourself in the process. You blame other people for that bit.
I can multitask. I can blame myself and other people. It says, is it weird to feel insulted when you order Chinese and they don't give you the chopsticks?
Well, you should be insulted.
Yeah, how dare they assume you can't use chopsticks? Go ahead. Can you use chopsticks?
I can't use chopsticks very well. I try to sometimes, but I use them for like arts and craft things. They are super handy.
Arts and craft things?
Like what?
Scale models. They're great for making like planks of wood and like beams and things like that.
Oh!
Or just support structures for like paper mache and things like that.
I remember making I remember making something sort of like that. Something basic. Toothpick bridges we'd make as a class project.
Yeah, those kind of things.
Oh, I see what you mean. Sounds like you need a lot of chopsticks.
Are they square or round chopsticks?
Square would be better. So it says, I'm basically Shifu from Kung Fu Panda with chopsticks. Unstoppable.
Okay, we're gonna need some evidence of that. Hand cam win.
And if that is true, then you should feel deeply insulted. If it's not true, then they read you like a book.
You should demand chopsticks and then show off your skills right after you get them.
Tell them you'd like to talk to their manager.
You just walk into the local Chinese restaurant with a pair of chopsticks and just show them how cool you are.
We need some highlights over here. There we go.
Oh, by the way, did you guys pay any attention to the Game Awards?
I saw people complaining about them.
I watched it off just after it aired. It is garbage. It is funny seeing that thing become the very thing it sought to destroy.
Yep. I forgot it was airing and the day it was airing and didn't really pay attention to what was going on.
An award show sucks? Tell me
Who'da
it's not
thunk?
true.
Possible.
There's like 3 good games that have been shown, probably. They look good, and I'm intrigued about the Blade game. But they didn't actually show us anything, so shrug.
Yeah, I wasn't really paying attention to what was shown off, and nothing I know about really hooked me too much.
The coolest thing is that big Sega leak of all their remakes is real.
That's good. That is cool. Apparently, there was information about Sega spending a lot of money on something related to gaming, so that explains it.
Are we talking about
Spent
game
a lot of money on creative assembly? Yeah, the new Monster Hunter. I'm actually kind of interested in that as well.
Yeah, are we talking about an award show or E3?
Well, that's kind of what the Game Awards is now. It's like E3 but awards.
When was the last time we had an E3? 2 years? 3?
About 2 years ago, and I'm glad it's gone.
Yesterday, apparently.
That's also true, to be fair. Well, like, it's weird, because the Summer Game Fest was supposed to be, like, the new E3, kind of.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know what happened to that. I don't remember that happening.
I remember my experience was that it made me miss E3 because everything was focused and happened all at once, and there was actually a higher chance of me getting an eye on some weird indie game that premiered there because it was like right alongside the big announcements.
Oh yeah, Cohead's excited about the new Monster Hunter, I see.
That's what I keep hearing. I'm glad it looks good.
Yeah, only thing I really saw that sounded interesting was that Light No Fire game. Everything else is eh.
Yeah. Like, the coolest things out of that for me and my friend group were obviously, like, the game that was released on that day, because it's a Warhammer game made by the people who made the latest Pathfinder digital RPGs.
Mm.
And they have a pretty decent track record for only having 2 games prior to this one. And from what I can tell, yeah, everyone seems to be having fun with it. Got some good bugs as well, because of course it does.
Everything's got bugs these days.
I mean, everything always had bugs. They were just
They were hidden better.
It felt more like they were lost instead of ignored or just weren't looked at.
And when you found them, they tended to be a little more charming rather than enjoyment breaking.
Yeah.
And you didn't have like as big of a, I don't know what you call it, fan base, consumer base. You didn't have as many eyes on it.
Yeah,
well,
the good old word of mouth was how this spread around, not word of the internet.
Yeah, because I always get the impression that, well, there's always problems with bugs. The problems aren't as like widespread as it seems on social media. Not that I want to ignore the complaints, but it's always hard to tell how many people are affected by it, because I lean more and more to considering the amount of buzz that's on social media as pretty anecdotal, because it's only people who are really, really dedicated to something that are posting about it.
Yeah.
Can be.
Usually, I'm pretty forgiving when it comes to bugs, but what was my train of thought? I lost it there. Damn it. I had a point to make.
My main concern about bugs is if it crashes the game, and more importantly, if I lose my progress. there is nothing that would really kill my, like, just kill me inside and put me off of wanting of a game than being forced to replay it when I already was in the middle of a playthrough. That's my main fear. So I guess that would include being soft lock and hitting a save state by accident.
Go ahead, trying to set up some Lethal Company. I haven't played that game yet.
I've heard... What's it about? I've heard the description as you play with people and someone will randomly see a character and explode.
It's kind of like games like Phasmophobia and all that.
It's like Deep Rock Galactic, but with SCPs and not dwarves.
Is it...
And less shooting.
Is it like an asymmetric one player versus everyone, or
it's a PvE thing called PvE.
Okay, and
the gist of the game is you work for a really shady company, and you're just looting garbage in order to pawn it off.
And
that's the main hook of the game.
Like the places you go to are infested with like weird horrors and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I said, SCPs. Artistic Savant game night. We could do that sometime. I'd honestly prefer to do Deep Rock Galactic, but you know, Cohead doesn't like that one.
But the thing is, I'm terrible at that game.
You don't have to be good. We can play on lower difficulties.
But you see, I'm terrible at that game. There isn't a difficulty that's at my level.
It's good content.
The funny beards.
The funny beards. Alright, I need to stop dicking around and let's change the coloring on some of the line art. That's something that I need to do because some of this just don't look right. Ain't blended correctly. I guess we do have Gunfire Reborn that Cohead could get into.
Gunfire Reborn.
Is that the furry one?
Yeah, it's the furry shooter. The furry roguelike shooter. Lethal Company, Gunfire Reborn.
Man, that's a lot of Aussie dollies.
Oh wait.
Oh, is it?
Oh wait. I haven't played it before, but... Oh, Gunfire also looks better than everything at the VGA.
It's really funny in the Game Awards. They actually spent like 20 minutes every now and like in total saying, "Man, this year's the best year for video games." And it's like, no, stop lying.
There have been better.
Last year was better. Last year wasn't fantastic either.
What came out last year?
Not a lot.
Pokemon?
No, there was more than that.
No, I'm sure there was, but...
My favorite game that came out this year wasn't even anywhere near the Game Awards. Bomb Rush Cyberpunk deserves better.
Bomb Rush... Oh, I remember that. Man, it did come out this year, didn't it?
What was it?
Bomb
Rush. It came
Rush.
out on my birthday. It was fantastic. Everything was looking up for me.
Yeah. Bomb Rush Cyberpunk, the spiritual successor to Jet Set Radio.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see why people would be interested in that.
That's a good thing.
It's more the successor to Jet Set Radio Future, from my knowledge, but I mean, yeah, it's definitely better than the original Jet Set Radio. That game has some very clunky mechanics.
I'm sure. Oh, I'm sure.
They always do when they're kind of like the first example of what they are.
Early 3D games were really jank in general.
Yeah, lots of great charm in that game, though.
I'm sure. It looks really good still.
Oh yeah. The thing that annoys me the most is that it has a very realistic like momentum thing in there, which is good because that's the kind of game you'd want. The problem is it doesn't really work because there's a couple of missions where it wants you to go up, like up railings and things, but with momentum and gravity that kind of can't happen. So you get like a third of the way up and then just slide back down and lose all your momentum. But I wonder if that's a problem with the port, not the original.
That's possible. Ports can be weird sometimes because I don't know what comes to remakes and ports. It feels like the quality always varies really widely when they come out, and then you get the difference between a remake and a remaster, like a remaster of something like Ocarina of Time, which still has the blocky models, but the game is but the visuals are touched up, or a full remake like Super Mario RPG, which goes above and beyond to try and stick with the original style.
Someone stole the first like on the stream. Well, that's good. Somebody else is watching.
No, I wanted it. It's mine.
Too slow. You're too slow, old man.
I'm too slow in the time zone that's earlier than everyone.
You're too slow.
Well, like you said,
that's not how time works.
I know.
We covered this before.
I want the time dilation portals from the 90s Spider-Man cartoon. I want to be the master of time and space.
Oh, we're back on Spider-Man again, are we?
No.
I want to get off Spider-Man.
No.
Okay.
It's just a reference.
Is that a mother flipping Spider-Man reference?
Potentially.
Glad that didn't win anything at the Game Awards. Lol.
Did it really not? I thought that would have won something.
I
thought people liked
it was
Spider-Man.
nominated for a few things. From what I know of the new game, its story is very bad, which doesn't surprise me because the Miles Morales game story was awful.
From what I've heard,
Gameplay was fine.
The main problem with this, like, the main complaints that come out are some bad stuff on the Miles Morales side, and apparently the third act in general is kind of dodgy.
Oh, the third act of their first Spider-Man game was bad as well.
That tracks. Also, I don't think some people were complaining about the ending, but I think that was more of a minor point out of everything in the whole game.
I don't know. I can give you a review when I play it because my friend has it, because I don't have to pay money for it.
Imagine playing games.
I know, right? Ridiculous.
Impossible.
I want to say though, this year for video games, actually, from like a normie's perspective, hello, it's me, I'm the normie. Awesome for video games.
I think it's good overall. It's not as bad as some people are saying. Well, we've definitely had better years though.
Street Fighter 6 came out. Backpack Hero.
Oh, I forgot that came out. My friend was playing that.
Satisfactory came to Steam, even though it came out like 6 years ago on Epic. It's still very good.
Hasn't Satisfactory been on Steam for a couple of years now?
It's been like a year.
Really?
I swear my friends were playing it longer than that, because we don't touch Epic.
I didn't.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, my friend's on...
Maybe they got like a cracked version.
My friend's on Steam, and he was talking about how if he played it enough, he'd just make it in time to have that stuff with the game done before the DLC came out. I could have sworn it was out longer.
There's a Satisfactory
Steam says
DLC?
2020.
There's no way it's been out since 2020. I'm losing my mind.
Maybe I'm losing my mind.
Yeah,
I don't keep up with Satisfactory
for a while.
Well, maybe, I guess I'm just late to the party. World of Horror came out this year.
Yes, that's something I need to look into.
But actually,
World of Horror is very good.
World of Horror.
So as usual, the good game industry stuff was all like indie games, small studios.
It tends to be,
Except
yeah.
for Street Fighter 6, yeah.
A lot of it.
We don't
yeah.
count that because nobody cares.
Literally the biggest fighting game in the world.
Yeah, but like,
Yeah,
It's the only one people care
sixth
about.
iteration of it. Oh no!
literally
Oh, wow.
flop. Like amongst its
mean-
fans, not financially.
Wait, it's really literally what?
Didn't it like do poorly the last Street Fighter with its fans?
Oh,
Isn't that why,
5
like,
did
the-
miserably.
5
6
absolutely.
Yeah.
did
Like,
very well.
which is I think is part of the reason why 6 is like a lot bigger at the moment, is because it's redeemed
the character, the
we love
character,
a comeback
to
story.
its glory. Yeah, exactly. It's the underdog.
the character creator got a lot of buzz. It was
Ooh.
gave a surprising amount of freedom.
Maybe that's. I guess I'm not a normie because I like don't care about that at all. All I want.
Oh, I don't care about it
play
either, but a
Zangief
lot of-
and grab people.
I don't know
And
if
I can
any
do that.
like dedicated fighting game players can call themselves normies. Honestly,
Yeah, fighting game players are one of the weird sets of gamers. Like,
All right,
there's
okay.
extremes. Like normie game
right
gamers
here.
tend to be sport gamers.
we know you are. That's why we're saying it.
Yes,
I see.
they're in that.
Football.
They're like generally the hardcore version of the people who play like multiplayer games and don't do it for an end goal. They just play it to infinity until they get
And
tired of
beyond.
it.
Yeah,
And
fighter players are weird people.
Dredge
Yeah.
came out this year.
Dredge.
Yes, I still don't know much
Wait.
about it. I've heard it's good, but I don't know what it is.
It's one
Something
of
about
the
a
few
boat.
games I played through without any spoilers, and it's a story game, so that's super rare for me. And it was very worthwhile, actually.
I heard a bit about this.
Very good story game.
Cool.
Oh shit, it's on my wish list. Maybe I have heard of it properly and I just forgot.
That's how it goes.
Yeah, that's kind of it for good games this year, though.
I thought there were
As far
some
as,
other
like, my
good.
Steam is
Fishing game? Oh, I'm in.
Yeah, I'm pretty easy to
Sort
please,
of.
but there were some interesting games to me. But in terms of being interested and having time to play, that's a pretty big difference. I've
No, it's a
I've
bad
actually been-
answer. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was
been
gonna
looking-
say the Risk of Rain remake came out this year as well, which was pretty nice. Pretty
There was
nice.
a remake.
Also Crab
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Champions as well.
What?
Crab
But the crap game
Champions?
exists.
Crab
It's
champions?
that's what it's called. Yeah, it's a game where you're a crab.
I remember.
and
Oh,
you
I
shoot
remember that.
other crabs? Question mark. It's like Risk of Rain 2, but for people who don't like production value.
You
It's like Risk of Rain 2, but for people with taste.
You could also say that.
There is only one step in the crab cycle, and it is crab.
Risk of Rain 2 for people with taste is just Risk of Rain 1.
I actually disagree so much. I think Risk of Rain 2 is so much more accessible.
He's triggered. He's triggered.
Oh,
I mean,
accessible? You mean watered down?
I don't think it's better. I think it's more fun. Like, if I ask my friends to play Risk of Rain Returns, because I would never ask them to play the first one because it's very
Yeah,
dated.
the original one is awful to play, and that's what makes it fun for me.
See, all right, that's all anybody needs
it's
to
quite
hear.
mean.
Um,
Yeah, no, Risk of Rain Returns is a much better adaptation of the original. It's
but
got
it is
some good
also
things in it.
very cruel. Like, you do just explode in
Yes.
that game a lot.
But I kind of like how the magma worms, you can't just walk 3 meters and then be safe.
And before
I
some
like how they're
psychopath,
challenging.
before some psychopath says, "No, the game's not that hard. You just need to get good."
I mean, when I was in college, because Risk of Rain came out like 10 years ago, I guess. That was me. I was that psychopath who was just like, yeah, Risk of Rain's an easy game. You just don't die and you're great.
I
Just
completely
pick up
believe
the barbed
that
wire.
just because you're a fighting game player.
Okay, when you put it that way, that
That
makes
is
a lot
true.
of
You
sense.
do seem like an awful person in general.
Oh my gosh.
No, that's a compliment. That means you fit right on this stream. Like, look at me.
It means you're good at
I-
fighting games.
I got some Chinese today, and my fortune cookie said you are surrounded by friends and loved ones. And I gotta say, I'm not really feeling the vibe right now.
Yeah, the fortune cookie lied.
You can't trust
Man.
those things. They're Chinese.
You're right.
They're made by people trapped in factories.
Christ!
Listen to
They
the
were just
Australian
writing
getting,
their wishes.
getting upset over casual racism.
I was
I'm not
thinking.
upset. I'm just worried that I'll be blackballed.
I was actually thinking of like this one bit where someone opened a cookie and it said, "Help! I'm trapped in a cookie making factory."
What? What is this? What is this joke about? I'm so lost.
I was thinking of an actual bit. I don't remember where it's from.
Oh my gosh. Well, that explains why I'm lost, I guess.
I'm lost too, Koeth. We're all trying to find ourselves.
What?
What?
He said he's lost too.
I didn't realize that show had a sequel.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh!
another
I actually
good game came
what?
out.
What?
Halls of Torment. It's like a Vampire Survivors clone with like Diablo aesthetics, and that's pretty fun.
It's like the Diablo of Vampire Survivor games.
Also, incredibly unpopular. Starfield was okay.
That game looks incredibly boring. But it's a Bethesda game, so I'm biased. I hate Bethesda games.
I am also biased, and it is pretty boring if you don't just like speed run it to get to the content. But if you ignore all the stuff on the side, it's pretty okay. It's pretty all right.
That's the general opinion I get. That
So if you ignore the vast majority of that game, it's okay.
Yeah, if you treat it like a
That sounds
chore, you enjoy it a lot more.
That sounds awful.
that reminds me of like when someone complains about one part of a game and someone says, "Oh, why don't you just ignore that part?" I have the mindset of the game devs went to the effort of putting it in the game, so I'm going to assume it was not meant to be casually ignored, or at the very least, it shouldn't feel like an abjectly terrible choice to do.
Yeah, it was added in the game. It was intended to be seen and used and played. Why would I ignore it?
Yeah,
Like, it's part of the intended experience.
Like Baldur's Gate and all the characters trying to have gay sex with my not gay character.
Or a bear.
Or a bear.
Oh yeah,
Sometimes both.
your favorite game won best game of the year.
Wait, Baldur's Gate won Game of the Year?
Yes.
Not a surprise.
Yeah, it wasn't a surprise. It's just funny because it's like it is very much a worse version of their last game.
Is it really? I thought everyone was saying Baldur's Gate was great.
It's like mechanically, like in every factor, a downgrade from Divinity Original Sin 2.
Ooh,
It's
that's
because
not
it's
good.
using D&D mechanics.
Yeah, but even the non-D&D characters, like the character creator is much worse.
Yeah, that too. The only
Like
thing,
all of the other in-house stuff is bad.
like, it just has better production values. That's it. It's got like voice acting and
That's
cutscenes and stuff, and like that's enough for people to be like, "Oh, man, it's so good."
I mean, I think the voice acting in Divinity Original Sin 2 is quite top tier.
Yeah,
I
but
thought
you
it was
don't
good.
get to zoom in and see the people's faces move around, Dale.
You don't
I don't
need
want
to.
to see a bunch of
Well,
Yeah.
people's faces move around.
normies do. Normies need to see that.
I
Normies
like the old style video games where they just like one voice
Show me
line
the-
and
Well,
then there's a text
normies
box.
don't like that, Dale.
Normies need to get a better opinion in games.
I agree, but they're
Not
not.
the wrong opinion.
They're the ones giving out the awards and stuff. That's part of the problem here.
Maybe normies shouldn't play video games. Maybe they should go back to their 9-to-5 jobs and whatever normal people like football and baseball.
Considering
Yeah.
that normies
I honestly would rather
Maybe-
they not, because
maybe-
I have to work with a bunch of normies, and I don't want to hear them talk about football.
Maybe normies should
That's
get back in the
so
oven.
annoying. What does that mean?
Fail
Get on the trebuchet,
2020
normies.
2024. It's 2023. Forget that.
You know, I'm perfectly willing to make Koeth suffer to improve our hobby. So thank you for your sacrifice, Koeth.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
No, thank
Koeth's suffering is indeed a net gain.
Can't believe this. Have I not suffered enough?
I told you shouldn't trust the fortune cookie.
Oh my gosh. You know, so like I also, after throwing away, you know, the waste material of my dinner, I, instead of throwing the like plate into the trash can, I threw my drawing stylus in the trash can and was just kind of like left there holding the plate. So I'm like my night has been like not particularly like cohesive, and I feel so attacked right now. Like I'm dazed and confused. I don't really know what's going on.
You sound very calm, but I can feel the light leaving your soul.
I'm laughing because I've done stuff like that too.
Yeah.
Oh man, the amount of time.
It's a very real sensation.
Yes.
The amount of time, it's like I'd be sketching. I put my pencil down. I'll just be like, where did my pencil go? Then I realize it's right next to my book. It was just thick enough that I couldn't see it at the angle I was at.
Oh yeah. Like I do this stupid thing a lot where I'll be doing something and I will stop doing it. I'll pull up my keyboard, I'll put my hand on my mouse, but I'll just still be holding the stylus like between my pointer and my middle finger. And then I'll just like have it there for like half an hour. Go somewhere, put it down, and I'm just like, okay, well, I guess I don't know where it is anymore. So I have 3 other styluses specifically to stop this problem. But it's still very annoying. These things are designed to be lost. I highly recommend the multi-style meta. Unless you know. You can't afford it. In which case... Sucks to suck?
Yeah.
Question mark?
Screw
So
you.
I'll have you know, I am both cheap and poor, so I have
The
my
best
own
combo.
reasons.
So you're basically middle class.
Exactly. Middle class, lower class, class poverty level. What's the difference these days?
Your tax bracket mostly.
Yeah. That'll be fun to deal with when I.
Dale, Monster Girl question.
Okay.
Consulting the
I'm an
expert.
expert on these.
The
I know,
master.
that's why I'm gonna ask you.
I'm
Where
the
do you
resident expert.
where do you put Hall stores or Hall stars on the Monster Girl list?
What the hell is
Give me
that?
a moment to find out what that means.
It's like HOLSTAUR.
I kind of feel bad that I've heard of that before.
Some VTuber shit. Is this HoloLive?
Oh
No. That's what I
Oh,
thought.
I seem like the type of person who would engage in anything.
I surprisingly don't. I like two VTubers and that's it. And I
That's
begrudgingly accept Dice Bag. You're welcome.
You accept 2 VTubers and you begrudgingly accept a good VTuber.
Yeah, I don't have good taste.
Okay. In short, Hallstar is cowgirl.
I mean, effectively, yeah.
I'm gonna need like a reference for this because my Google search is not giving me what I think you're supposed to be showing me.
I got
That's
it.
crazy. What is your Google search?
I'm
giving?
actually I'm surprised you don't know about this. Stream chat. I mean,
Oh yeah, I think I sent a picture of this before. I'm not familiar with the name.
yeah, it's more the name. It's more the name. You've probably seen something like this online.
Hey, what the hell, Cohead? That's just called a
one's-
cowgirl.
Yeah, usually they're called like dairy minotaurs.
Some
Dairy
normie you are,
minotaurs.
Coed.
No one has ever called it a dairy minotaur.
Yeah.
A dairy minotaur.
Expert here.
It.
Not me, apparently.
Wait, you're right. That is what it is. I never thought of it like that.
But yeah, it is. Yeah, they are sometimes called dairy minotaurs.
I've never heard anyone call it
It's
that. They just
also-
go.
I accept it as a funny name. However, no one
Yeah,
has said
the
that
whole
before.
reason is because they like exclusively have big.
I only hear cowgirl.
Yeah.
I kind of hate them. They have the same
Go ahead.
problem that 80% of all monster girls have, in that they're just girls.
Okay.
The same
then-
problem in
Minotaur.
that they're actually like human compatible. Wow. Oh, no.
I think, yeah. Like, what, do you want the cow head to make it more accurate to the minotaur myth?
He does.
Yeah, actually.
cow-
yeah.
So
They want to
cow,
look at that in the eyes.
a cow minotaur.
Cows are
maybe?
kind of not in a romantic sense, but in like an aesthetic
exactly.
sense. Cows are kind of cute.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
this
Have
is
you
monster girls
seen-
we're talking about.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah. Have you forgotten the
Like,
purpose of
remember-
Monster Girls?
Oh, sweet, my profile
What is
picture
the
updated on
purpose?
the
Honestly,
Monster
give
Girls.
them udders,
Waifu bait.
not like
That's the purpose.
Like most other popular stuff on the internet.
Yes.
Monster Girls' target audience is me, and it works. I am giving them money, so it's clearly doing the correct thing.
Oh, by
But
the way, this is, I don't know, this might be like one of those man stands up in front of everybody memes, but
uh-oh.
clown girls, no thanks. Never been into that. I don't know. I don't understand clown.
Clown Girls is one of the super niche things.
It is
I don't
not
blame
super
you.
niche. I don't.
Like-
I don't believe that.
Not
It's not that
anymore.
Well, it feels like there's always a sense of
IMO.
there's a big sense of irony I get whenever that comes up.
What's the irony? Is it the fact that liking the clown girl makes you a clown? I mean, that's my opinion.
That's why I send it to my friend because he likes
Well,
them.
well, pretty much. It's like everyone memeing on like on feed online. You always
Wait,
get the
what do you?
it
What do you mean?
I don't know though. I don't know this. I don't think this is like feet. Like, have we not seen how much people like that Pomni chick from the new thingamajig? That
So
animation
from the new
nerds are checking
thingamajig,
out.
I like
Yeah.
the Pomni character because she's like me, for real, for real. But also, I don't understand why people like her in a romantic or a prurient nature.
That's mainly because the design. I think it's aesthetically pleasing, maybe kind of cute, but it's extremely cartoony.
I mean, that's never stopped anyone.
Like, I don't even like it just in a general sense. I see that character and I'm like, eh.
I mean, it's fine. I think the design is fine. I don't think it's like special. I just think the character as a character is nice. Like as a entity, she reads very well.
Okay.
I'm being the true gentleman here. I'm saying you have to look beyond the surface. You have to scope out the character's soul. Accept them for who they are, not who they present to you to be.
I vanished, but I have returned. I have missed
Welcome.
the last 10 minutes.
What?
Yeah. I had no
Gotta
audio for
go.
the last 10 minutes.
Oh, that's weird. Oh, I
Huh.
thought you were saying that you had like 10 minutes left.
No,
No,
I've
yeah.
still got like an hour, maybe.
Hmm.
Let me do my math right. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm
What
good.
was Do you get the other day I was asked a question and it was how much energy is a megawatt exactly? Because I was looking at stationary bikes that you could use to power like small household appliances. And there was this bike, comes from China. It's like using this bike could provide you with up to 1 megawatt hour of power per hour. And so I was like, that seems good, right? Like, it seems great. A megawatt of power per hour is like amazing. So I did 6 hours of math and I discovered that a megawatt hour is like impossible for like a human to produce on a stationary bicycle. Like 1 megawatt hour of power provides like 38,000 homes their daily electricity use.
And you said this was from some Chinese thing?
Yeah, it was like a Chinese stationary bike that was being advertised to me.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, I bought the bike and I'm excited to provide electricity to my community.
Are you on your bike? Get on your bike right now. I've got toast to make.
You're gonna be like Mr. Krabs in that episode where he makes the contraption to milk all the jellyfish.
Last did exercise craze.
Yes!
Did you... Last night's stream, Dale, were you there for the discussion of Dami Mommy energy and Dami Mommy vibes?
Yes.
I was not.
I called them weak.
Evergrade, you should never come to one of my streams. Quite frankly.
Oh, I thought you meant
I'd come to them more if there were better hours.
You would not enjoy the content. You might enjoy my company. You would not enjoy the content of the stream at all.
I'll take your word for it, Ko. I'll take your word for it.
I don't think he's wrong. I think that's correct.
I
think your stream struggles to enjoy the content of the stream.
my what?
The stream or the streamer? Because I think that's more of an art.
And the actual like latency as like connections and stuff. Because man, I could not keep up.
That's a you problem. That's your fault for living in Australia.
It's a skill.
DNFR is like
Dale.
seconds off.
Skill issue, Australian man.
It could be, or it could be something to do with like the service and this country as a whole.
Yeah, like I said
Like,
earlier, Australia needs a buff. It's not balanced.
Well, maybe if they turned this Australia right side up, things would work right.
You're so right.
That's why you're right.
Exactly.
You know,
our internet goes up when it should go down.
How do you
controversially? I would not buff Australia. Instead, I would nerf the rest of the world. Buffing Australia will have unforeseen consequences on the global meta.
Yeah,
okay,
that is not
buffing Australia means buffing the animals.
Okay, Dale.
Okay.
Go ahead. I was gonna give you the benefit of the doubt, but no. You can't just nerf other people. That's shameful.
You know, everybody always wants
You
buffs.
say that, but
sometimes you have to nerf to make the balance like playable.
This sounds like some communist garbage. I don't trust it.
Good point. You know what they say? It's nerf or nothing.
You know what? No. In that case, you're right.
Everybody has to be equally weak. That's what you're saying. Go ahead.
No, what I'm saying is you
communism.
can't make Australia strong. You don't have to make everyone weak, but you can't make Australia strong.
This is my favorite political campaign message.
So if you want to improve the balance of Earth, the video game, your only option is nerfing the countries around Australia because you cannot buff them.
The countries around Australia, we can do that.
But the countries around Australia won't have a sufficient impact.
But New Zealand's
So you
worse
would
than
have-
Australia. It needs more buffs. Have you
Right,
seen their dollar?
You gotta buff New Zealand. You gotta buff the Philippines. You gotta buff New Guinea.
Whoa! Let's slow down there.
You got something wrong with the Guineans?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Then buff them.
It's just, you know what? If anything, they probably deserve the buff more than Australia because they're closer to other countries.
Every country that is neighbors with China gets a buff.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, it's like, what's Australia's biggest neighbor? Technically, it's Antarctica.
Yeah, the ocean. Congratulations.
To be fair, Poseidon do be pretty strong.
Is Tanzania? No. What's the weird island off the coast of Australia that's like
New Zealand?
noteworthy? No, the smaller one. That's like actually nearby.
Man,
Oh my
you think
gosh,
I've
Dale,
passed
you
you?
live
Yeah, I
there.
actually don't know. Yeah, but I don't go anywhere. Like, I go back to my home state very rarely, and that's it. And quite frankly, I don't like the air trip.
Oh my gosh, Brave Maps is so bad.
Where's a good map when you
Go
need one?
Maps is so bad.
Brave Maps, is that what you're using?
No, I was using DuckDuckGo. But it's awful. Like I typed in Australia and it just put me at like a little street next to my house, and I'm like, come on.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah,
know you were
it's-
neighbors with Dale.
Yeah, it's weird
Yo!
that
Indonesia is close to the Philippines and Australia and New Guinea.
is
And it's quite
Tasmania.
large. Tasmania is not a
Australia?
country, it's a part of Australia. It's, yeah.
It's like the Australian Taiwan.
No. No, it's not.
I support Tasmanian
Aust-
independence and devils.
Don't.
Australia? Do you mean West Tasmania?
Yeah, wait, North Tasmania.
It's weird because
No, it's
Tasmania
funny.
is further from Australia than Papua New Guinea is from Australia.
Yeah, but it's very directly connected under the water. Like a lot more.
Isn't everything very directly
Yeah,
connected
okay,
under
but, like,
the water?
Yes, pretty
Tasmania
much.
is more closely connected. Like it's closer physically.
It's part of the same
It's
mountain
connected.
chain underwater.
Yeah.
Oh,
you're
I
saying.
see.
Then, to be fair, so is New Zealand.
Why is the sea between New Zealand and Australia called the Tasman Sea and not the Australian or the New Zealand Sea?
The Tasman
How'd
Because-
they
Sea.
swing that one?
That's what Tasmania is named after.
It's
Tasman
named
is
after
my
the
favorite
sea and
Mega.
not the animal?
Land Mania of Tasman.
Tasman is my favorite Mega Man character.
Oh my god. A taser man? Is that the joke?
No, he's a character that turns into a twister.
Oh,
Isn't that Tornado Man?
that
He
that
doesn't
sounds
turn into a
lame.
twister.
Is there actually a Tasman, and is that the joke?
It's
No.
actually TAS Man. It stands for Tool Assisted Speedrun Man, and it's just
Oh my
how they
God.
speedrun.
He's not well liked in the community.
What do you mean? Speedrunners love their tassers. They're like,
Depends
"Oh,
on
that's
how it's
real cool."
used.
Oh, I see. It's a Spider-Man moment with great power.
Yeah.
I hate
So,
how none
everyone
of the...
loves everyone loves the tool assisted speed runs. Oh words, God. Never mind, I'm throwing that in the trash. Bad joke.
Don't worry, joke. He'll come back. He'll pick you up later.
No, it
I'll
won't.
come back with after he gets his cigarettes.
Why is it that the only border in Australia that follows like any natural boundary or like geographical feature distinction is the border between Victoria and New South Wales?
Couldn't tell you.
That's so
I
annoying.
don't know
It's
why
so
Western
ugly.
Australia is basically a square. But most of that's desert, so that's probably why.
Western Australia looks like the head of a Damascus goat.
It does. It looks like the Chad the Chad donkey meme.
A little bit, yeah.
Chad Donkey? I haven't heard of this one.
It's probably because it's an Elden Ring meme.
Oh, okay. It's a ring for those Soulsborne players.
There you go.
Oh. That donkey. The not Elden Ring donkey.
We were talking about Mega Man, and it reminded me of one of my favorite comic panels.
Okay. Did you decapitate that man? Oh, he's knitting. Holy cow.
Okay, there's a difference. And every crocheter wants you to know. Very different.
Your reaction was better than I
Did he decapitate that man?
I was like, this is a little dark for a Mega Man comic. Jesus.
Great. Now we have to put it on screen. Let's see.
I do like that it says world's worst boss. That's a real good sweater. I want that sweater.
I wonder who that's referring to.
Honestly, I can't keep all these mad scientist old school video game people straight. Because I looked at that and I was like, oh, that's Robotnik, right?
Right.
I thought that was
could
going to
be
be
Eggman. Could be
That
Dr.
could
Wily. Could
Eggman.
be the other one.
I know
Dr. Light.
I know of Eggman and Dr. Wily. I don't know that many evil ones. Yet other evil ones. Yet it's such a distinct trope for me.
The scientist old man from Astro Boy. That's who I was thinking.
When you get old and evil, that's just kind of how you look. Like, you can't fight it.
So that's
I
what you're
guess.
gonna look like, eh, Colette?
What's up?
So that's what you're gonna look like in one of those evil scientists from a video game, then.
I'm not smart enough to be a scientist, but, you know, I can try.
That's
I
okay.
don't
You
mind
could-
the look.
Well,
you
you-
could be one of those like social scientists.
Oh, now that is evil. That is
No,
despicable.
Kohat's
that's-
already admitted that he's a bean counter, so we do know that he's evil.
Man,
Man.
if you were an evil
Lawful
scientist, what would you
Something
try
a
to
little bit
invent?
sly. If I was an evil scientist, what would I try to invent?
Yeah, evil specifically.
A new kind of tax, I think, would be good.
The worst kind of evil.
What? I'll say that it will go towards something that's generally agreeable, but actually it will simply go back to paying the debt that we've accrued through other social safety nets.
Kohat, we asked for a mad scientist, not a politician.
Yeah, Koa, I meant a fictional
Invent the new
idea,
tax
not something
is
that
the-
realistic.
Hey,
I guess you could call economists
good one,
scientists.
though. Political scientists.
like,
That is
Okay.
truly evil.
can I invent like Instagram, except it is actively trying to be malicious?
So I think we have that already.
Yeah, that's Instagram.
Oh well, shit.
It's-
Okay.
I like the
Sorry.
description of Instagram as Twitter for people who can't read.
Well, that's wild because Twitter is also Twitter for people who can't read.
That's
It's
true.
like this, practically the same platform. Well, they can read, but then but they just define things as however they want. So what you're saying is,
Okay, I got my invention. A
All right.
gun, right? You distribute it to everyone. Everyone
Uh-huh.
has a gun. Not
Gotcha.
evil so far, right?
no.
just like- Normal policy.
Man, I wish that was
However-
normal here.
Within this gun is a tracking device,
Uh-huh.
and you only enforce gun statutes differentially. So explicitly for people who weren't committing crimes, and you let all the criminals go.
Still sounds like politicians do that.
You know, except for the tracking
But I've
device, that
invented
actually
the gun.
sounds weirdly real.
This sounds like Metal Gear Solid 4's midway plot arc.
Well, give me a second. I'll find a new invention.
These
Inventing a
aren't
lot
bad
of things
ideas.
recently.
These
Not a
aren't
bad one.
bad
It's not a bad
ideas.
evil invention.
I just expecting more like
It's just like something my country would do in general.
like what would
I
you
like
do
to
if
have
you're
my-
a video game evil scientist, something like that.
Yeah, we're thinking like non-realistic here.
These are good ideas, just
Real.
not exactly what we had in mind.
You know, like a device that'll turn the moon into a super laser that turns everyone into super
Into the
lasers.
moon. Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Like,
That could work too.
imagine
I'm thinking
this.
of ending the cycle, but that's a good one.
Like imagine a gun that shoots another gun that shoots chainsaw bullets.
That's
Man, I
fine.
love Spy vs. Spy.
That doesn't really matter. you know?
Chainsaw
Like,
bullets?
Just use it responsibly.
Actually,
It's not
that's a
evil
bad
inherently.
example, but
No, I'm all for this. I'm a big fan of Spy vs. Spy.
it was
Oh,
actually
okay. Hear me out, right?
okay.
Shoes that feel comfortable, but they actively destroy your knee joints and force you to go in for surgery at your own personal expense because your health insurance provided to you by your employer doesn't cover it.
So
I'll accept
you'd be
it.
you'd be providing the insurance, right?
No, not at all.
Oh wait, so it's just you want to watch the world burn kind of thing.
No, I want to be evil. I want to collect money from people who have no like way to, you know, not be abused.
Okay, that part sounds a little too realistic, but yeah, I actually like that idea.
Real,
That's good.
there are evil people out there. I'm putting on my conspiracy hat.
Like not everyone has to have their house transformed to burn down the orphanage. It's more low key than I expected, but it works. Good on you, Koeth. I'm never buying a shoe from you when you're an old man with a mustache.
I will accept it as a good suggestion just so we can move on. But anyways, hello there, Inviolate over in the YouTube chat. How's it going? We're just hanging out here while I draw my stuff.
We're having our very well thought out discussions as per usual.
They're helping. I think I'm done with the picture actually. I just saved it.
I mean, it looks nice.
It does look
The
alright.
background ended up pretty okay.
I
like
like
it.
that style. I'm basically mimicked the last thing I did.
The background really helps bring the lighting together.
We got some nice contrast.
Yeah.
I'm glad the eyes got spruced up because I was like, nah, I'm not gonna make a comment because I'm sure that they're literally just going
Oh,
to
yeah.
be touched later.
Eyes are pretty much the last thing I do most of the time.
Yeah. Because I was looking at the weasel, I was like, man, the weasel eyes look a little flat.
And
But like, that was at the start.
I specifically like set the eyes on different layers, including all their lines
get
and
that.
stuff. Sometimes I just need to move
Just
them
gonna
because I
move
put them in the wrong place.
I
I hate
understand,
it
my
when-
man.
I put my eyes in the wrong place.
It's very easy to do.
I've started to be a big Liquify tool fan for fixing mistakes like that. It feels very natural.
If you say so.
I have a very dumb question.
What's up?
What is your favorite number of eyes?
What's my favorite number of eyes?
That's
Yeah,
a
it's an open
very
question.
interesting question.
2.
It's two?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
with Dice on this.
I don't
Without
really-
any further elaboration, just 2.
I mean, I feel like you don't need to elaborate for two. Binocular vision does just work.
It does work pretty well.
Usually, yeah.
I'm also a big fan of Tien Shinhan from Dragon Ball Z. Or just normal Dragon Ball.
No.
3 eye is
got a point.
okay.
Does anyone here have glasses?
You know
Oh,
what?
yeah.
Though? What's the point of having a third eye on your forehead? What does that do for you that the 2 eyes don't already do?
It
Why does
grants
it-
you
what is-
access to sight beyond sight.
Okay,
No,
but
why
what
does
his third eye
actually
look different?
does it do?
Why does Tien's third eye look different?
Yeah.
Oh, he drew
Why
it
does it-
on with like a marker.
Yeah, why is... Please don't tell me that's accurate.
That's not accurate. I have no
It
idea.
could be.
Original Dragon Ball in a long time, so I wouldn't know. Please.
Yeah, no,
Why does
it's,
his eye not look like his other eyes?
I think it's just, I don't know. Toriyama hates the Chinese, and
What?
Tien Shinhan is Chinese, so maybe he just wanted him to look silly.
Notice that his Chinese buddy is Chao Tzu, who is literally like a clown.
That is true.
You might be onto something.
This wasn't how I was expecting to get new Dragon Ball lore, but okay.
I wasn't expecting this to take this route, but you know what? Okay. I dug this grave.
How do you? Never mind. Ignore me.
No,
Ignore what I was
continue.
about to say.
Go
No,
on. Let's do.
It's
we're already-
probably TOS. I will not say it.
Send it privately then.
I'm not
Yeah.
monetized, they don't care.
Super secret it. Oh, he's typing.
Can you hear my keyboard clacking?
No, I can just see
He's,
the
he's
code
entering
just
the
typing.
information hacker style.
Yes!
Lights out, glasses on.
Probably not
thing.
against TOS after the things I've discussed.
You know what? That's fair. I did not want to say it out loud though, because it felt
It's
wrong.
probably for the best. You should
What?
definitely be ashamed of it, Loki.
Yeah, you should. There are people who are very monetized on this platform who say much worse things on the regular.
Yeah.
This is just cringe.
Oh, that's fine. I can be cringe so long as I am free.
I feel like the answer is he likes them though.
I think you're right. He strikes
I mean,
me as the type who loves being a little silly.
does.
I'll just ask
He's a silly guy.
another question.
What's that?
Oh no, see this one I'm actually afraid of.
Seeing the
feel like
typing in the chat really does build a lot of
It does,
suspense.
yeah.
That's crazy.
I could,
I
you
feel
know,
like
I could
every
just,
artist has their thing though.
I could just keep typing forever, and you'll always wonder what I'm going for. But
That would kill the suspense.
yeah, so I won't draw it out. This is an honest question because thanks for making me wonder this, Koeth.
Yeah, Android 17, Kim Jong Un.
Why?
Or no, Android 13. Android 17 is the attractive one. He's Jesse, but an android.
Finally, oh, the only good character in Dragon Ball Z. I see.
Also, a few of the alien designs kind of look like clowns, especially from Super.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking because but I didn't see Super, so I don't know specifically.
There's a lot of aliens in Super.
There's I'll take your word for it, but I believe you.
Is it wrong that I think the optimal way to watch Super is to just watch the movies and not the show?
I haven't even seen the movies, actually.
I
I
haven't
found them
seen.
quite fun.
I don't know
really
how
liked the new
far
Broly movie.
the show actually went. I stopped like after the tournament.
I never got into. I never got into
most of the show
Super.
is weird.
What number is the
I think I
android
stopped
that
at
looks
the
like
tournament.
Kim Jong Un?
He's like
never mind, I found him.
he's like 19 or 20, isn't he?
Yeah. Oop. There you go.
Yeah, that guy. I knew who you meant. I didn't think like
What? What is this?
It's crazy that you would build Android 17 and 18 and then decide, all right, now let's make the ugliest motherfucker on the planet.
Well, okay,
That's insane.
you're missing out on some of the lore there. 17 and 18 are not actually androids as we think
You're right.
of them. They're
Yeah.
cyborgs. But
Well, yeah,
he
a couple
didn't.
of them are cyborgs, aren't they?
Yeah, like he didn't want to use them because they had personality and they didn't really like him. As evidenced by when he got them out of the pods, they immediately killed him.
That's a decent.
Feels
sign.
bad, man.
Yeah. So he didn't want to use them. That's just all there was to it. He was afraid of them.
I mean, rightfully so.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why he used that guy. Who presumably well, yeah, he definitely was a cyborg. Because he had the brain.
Right.
Yeah, he was.
Android 16 was an actual android, right?
Yeah, he was fully mechanical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, one of the saddest
His arm is
deaths in
weird.
anime as well.
I forgot Android 15 existed.
Was that one of the movie ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
He was like the
small one with
that
purple
is
skin.
unfortunate.
Yeah. Oh, Android 13? Hell yeah, dude.
13.
Now
Is that the chick?
that's a trucker if I've ever seen one.
Oh, that's the redneck one.
Yeah.
The red,
Fish loving trucker.
the red ribbon redneck.
I need to find a creature to draw.
Man, 18's design is not as good as it used to be. I don't
What
like
do
the
you-
new design.
To be.
I was never a big 18 fan.
If you're not a big
Her hair's
18
lame
fan,
now.
can we give it up for our lad Krillin?
Oh yeah,
Like
absolutely.
Yeah,
that's
good for-
crazy.
He,
Good for Krillin.
he was definitely
Short
punching
king
above
energy.
his weight class.
Much higher.
Literally.
What creature are you doing, Dice?
I'm looking for Perfree. There he is. I think you'll like him, Kohet.
Bird?
Hey, I remember this guy.
Cat. Android 21 is not a monster girl.
Yeah, Dale.
I
mm,
don't know. There's a monster girl form she has.
Robots don't count.
That's
okay. That
very
that
stupid.
version of her counts.
yeah, that was
the
what I was
Boo
thinking.
version
That's-
of her
yeah, the
counts
better
as-
version.
Like the Majin version of her counts as a monster girl?
Yeah. Like how
Most of
could it
Toriyama's
not?
characters are monster girls, let's be
Do you
honest.
count like succubus as monster girls as well?
Yes.
They're a very expansive
They count.
category in the genre.
They
Oh
count.
my gosh.
There's
Like,
like
I think-
50.
I know why you don't like. I understand you not counting them, but they technically apply.
This is a human with a tail.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
Like,
unfortunately, that is
Except
the
she's
vast
got
majority of monster
pointed
girls.
ears and like pink skin, and she's rubbery, and she's got completely white hair waving around all place, black scleras and red eyes. I mean, yeah, totally a human. She got
this
two
is,
legs.
this is not a monster girl.
Stop, you're just making me like the character boy. Haven't even seen the OVA she's from.
She's not from an OVA. She's from Dragon Ball Fighters.
Man,
She was
Majin
incredibly
21
broken.
is
No, yeah.
so good.
She had an anime appearance.
Did
She's
she?
Her
Single
first
OVA.
appearance was
Yeah, I was
Fighters.
I was good.
I haven't played Fighters either, though it looks fine.
Was she in
Okay.
Super?
I was gonna ask, was
I
she
don't
in
think
the
she's in
anime?
Super.
I don't remember. I only know she was in the games.
Yeah, I thought she was just a game villain.
Is she? A
And
villain?
you know what? The plot of that game is so stupid because it's not that she's strong, it's that she builds a device to make everyone else weak. It is literally the communist gobbledygook you were talking about earlier.
That.
that was actually a plot point in Dragon Ball GT.
We don't talk about that one.
I like that one. Well, I like the parts that I can remember of that one. Mainly the stuff with Baby and the Dark Dragons.
I thought Omega Shinron was cool. I said it. I'm not ashamed.
It's the truth.
Why are you booing me? I am right.
I won't deny there was some good character design. But as a whole, we don't talk about it.
I'm fine with that.
That's fair. Yeah.
The good
It doesn't exist, guys. This doesn't exist. Outside of Budokai Tenkaichi 3, it doesn't exist. And that's only because I like to play Super 17.
Man, okay, Super 17 is one of the things I forgot about. Like I said, the stuff with Baby and the Dark Dragons. Let me see if I can find it.
So the OVA might be reference to animated content in the game.
What?
The Android 21 stuff. I hate this.
You talking about the anime appearance of 21?
Yeah, I'm trying to do some research, and I have lots of conflicting information coming in.
Okay.
I mean, there's not a lot to know. She's just kind of an asshole.
Good.
I'm sorry for using such language tonight. I don't know why.
Wait, which
Seems
sorry,
like
for no reason.
fight is Z because you've described her as such.
which character?
21?
Android 21.
The
The
was
hot
she a
one?
villain? Yeah, I was
True.
gonna ask, is she a villain?
Yes,
Yeah.
she's a villain. Look at her. Do you think she's not a villain?
I honestly don't know. I don't know anything about the game.
Hold up, Fighter Z is only like $13 for me at the moment. What the heck?
Everything about her is
That's so
coded
good.
for villainy.
Okay, the reason I'm asking is
She's
because
not a monster
with the
girl, though, Kohet said.
With the design, she seems like the kind of character that would get so popular that the author would throw away his integrity and make her a good character to keep her around.
This is like the jury of Dragon Ball. This is the I can fix her, but actually you cannot fix her.
Why would you want to fix her?
Dragon Ball.
I can fix her, but
It
she'll
looks like
just
she
make me
fixed
worse.
herself when she went Majin. I mean,
Me.
She did. So I'm not gonna argue the fact that Android 21 isn't an attractive character, especially and I'm also not gonna argue that
But it's
Majin
arguable.
21 is substantially better than Lab Coat 21. But the only thing that's monstrous about her is her personality.
not the tail. The tail don't count.
Yeah, like everyone in Dragon Ball has a tail, though.
a
Like
lot
even
of them are
Goku has a
monster
tail.
girls too. Goku hasn't had a
Is-
tail in forever.
I would consider
Kafla
Goku a monster, boy.
girl?
Is what?
Is Kafla a monster girl?
I need
mean
to remind
Kefla?
who that is.
Maybe.
Kind of.
I don't know that. I still don't know who we're talking about.
I would consider all Saiyans to be
Oh,
monster girls and
That-
monster
all
okay,
boys.
that-
Saiyans are monster girls.
Okay, you're
They've
really trying to
turn them into
you're really-
giant angry alien monkeys. Yes.
You're trying to turn Saiyans into one of. You're just
I
trying
would
to
argue
make
that they're a
Goeth
monster
hate
girl.
Saiyans.
Oh, you
aren't
know
ya?
what? That is one thing I kind of hated about Super is that the alternate universe Saiyans don't have tails.
Yeah, that's lame.
Wait, they don't have tails at
They
all.
don't have tails. They don't have tails at all. They don't have Uzaru powers or anything. They're literally just humans that go Super Saiyan.
So
Oh, I didn't
have
even
a
realize that.
have a question about Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
What's up?
Do I have to pay money additionally to play as her?
Is-
Not
Or is
the
she in the base
Majin
game?
21. She's in the base game.
Easy purchase.
Are you getting Are you getting Fighter Z? We should
Yeah.
play some Fighter Z.
Once I learn how to play it, sure.
What?
I haven't played
Oh
in
man,
3
that's a
years.
stream I'd watch.
I've got a
Sorry,
friend
guys.
who's really into Dragon Ball that would really like to play it again, so
I see.
this would be fun.
I was this might surprise you, but I played Best Boy Frieza, followed by Best Boy Android 16, followed by Best Boy Nappa.
I am also a big fan of Frieza.
Frieza's fun. The premier of psychopath villain in DBZ. See,
Frieza also has I can fix her energy despite
No.
being a man.
No, he doesn't.
I was
Frieza has stay away energy.
I was genuinely like when I was a kid. I was actually a little unsure, mainly because of Frieza's voice.
I thought Frieza was a lady until I
It's-
learned that he wasn't.
Yeah,
Until they started calling him he.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
what is this? That is obviously like an 80-year-old woman.
Nah, he's just an alien femboy.
It's not even
True.
that. He's just got a very metro like.
No, you've seen Cooler. Like if
Personality.
Cooler's like the masculine version of Frieza.
Yeah, you don't mistake Cooler for a chick. Definitely.
No, I just forget Cooler exists because he's kind of just there.
He's only
He's
in the
in
But then he's
movies.
not.
he's in one
Exactly.
movie.
Two,
He's
isn't
in
he?
2. He has
isn't it, like,
normal
Meta
Cooler
Cooler?
and then
Oh
he has
wait,
Yeah,
the return of
Meta-Cooler.
Cooler.
Yeah.
You're right.
See, even I know this, and I've only seen the first one.
It's been a long time. Was Cooler not? So Cooler was never made canon, right?
I think
Not
he's
really.
canon.
He's mentioned in Super by Frieza, I think.
Oh,
Yeah,
in
'cause
Super?
They talk about
But like he's only
Frieza's
talked
dad
about
and
like
his
once or
brother.
twice. And he's mentioned a couple of times in the movies that Frieza shows up in. But like, yeah.
Super
It's not
Saiyan
just
4
mentions.
is dope, by the way.
It's
Like,
But where does he get
Shut
the
up,
tail
Kohet.
back?
Shut up.
no, when I was growing up, I saw Goku and Vegeta Super Saiyan 4, and I was like, I want to be that. That's so
No.
sick.
I didn't
You know,
think
I'm gonna
like
take his side. I don't think it's a bad design. I just think it's weird that it's Super Saiyan 4.
I understand. Like
Why
I
has he
mainly
got
like
fur
was-
around him? Why has he got fur?
I don't know,
And
but
then
it's
he's
really
got like a
cool.
bare
Monkey.
chest, and then he's
It's-
got fur everywhere. And the hair
'Cause he
doesn't look
monkey.
anything like any other Super Saiyan. It goes back to black. What's that got to do with it?
Yeah,
That's-
that's why I think it should be
I
something
understand.
completely different.
It's a completely inconsistent design going on there.
That's
Yeah,
like
but
I
it should
mainly
be
like
treated as something not Super Saiyan then.
And it's after
maybe-
the Golden Uzuru form, which was like Super Saiyan Uzuru. So why the gold go away?
that's actually the gold is in his pants. See,
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
checkmate.
Oh yeah, why does he get entirely different clothes too?
Okay, that part is silly. I won't.
He just
contest that.
instant transmission
GT
and pick him
silly.
up real fast. It doesn't
can't
have to
find-
make sense. It's cool. It follows the
find-
rule of cool.
Yeah, the whole presence and everything. I think it was because of how different. Maybe it's because of how different it felt from other transformations. Because I don't think the Uzuru form was really relevant in Dragon Ball Z much at all, except for when Gohan was training.
Also, the entire beginning with Vegeta.
Yeah.
Eh,
Vegeta
and
was like
everyone-
transform.
Does anyone really remember that from the fight?
Yeah.
I do. I liked
It
Vegeta's
was like the
fight.
pivotal moment
like-
because Goku
no, I
was
like-
like, "Oh no."
No, I like Vegeta's. No, I really like Vegeta's fight. I like Vegeta. That part, it was cool, but it wasn't one of the main things I remember from it.
Tried to kill a kid.
He
Well, I
did.
mean that was like the entire arc.
He was a bad guy.
He was a very
Like-
bad person.
He was not a good dude. And honestly, even though he So he had I can fix her energy, and he was fixed,
He
but
was.
he should still like go to jail forever.
He wasn't fixed, he was tamed.
That's fair.
That's a good
way to
point.
put it.
Whipped into submission.
That's actually something in Super that I thought was interesting, is like the way Goku and Vegeta are portrayed is like Vegeta is becoming more and more human-like, but then Goku is just going completely insane with like, I gotta fight everything that moves, and like Super Saiyan in the way he acts.
I liked his mustache. Vegeta's mustache was fun.
You guys
Mustache
have
and the
bad
tropical
GT takes
shirt.
out the wazoo, man. You like Vegeta's mustache, you like Super Saiyan 4.
I like the mustache because it makes him look more dad-like. And I
I'll
like
def-
that he shaves that because he's a badass and he's getting back in the fight.
I'll defend Super Saiyan 4 as a whole. I understand the design problems.
The best thing in GT was the mustache, hands down.
Yep.
Bring back Vegeta's mustache. Yes! he should get it exclusively when he goes into Super Saiyan 3.
Mustache Super Saiyan Vegeta.
mustache.
It should
Too
at least
good.
have like Super Saiyan stylization to it.
Yes, absolutely.
I think that,
He
that
just
might
comes
be,
out looking like Wario.
Yes. That would make it actually like worth putting in.
I've been arguing with people for a long time because a lot of times people will be like self-conscious because they're like balding or maybe they got a bit of a widow's peak, and I had to be like,
I just
"Dude,
shave it off.
people love Vegeta, and he's got the gnarliest widow's peak in all of history. You just
But,
gotta
like,
embrace it. Dye your hair
Yeah,
blonde.
but do you have the Vegeta energy to pull it off?
Are you
That is a
short?
good question.
Are you short enough to emulate Vegeta?
Do you want to emulate Vegeta a lot of the time?
I
So,
don't know. What are some
seek
things
help.
that Vegeta's done in the past?
A lot of killing.
Can you do that to emulate Vegeta?
Wiping out entire civilizations on alien planets.
Can you follow the
Very
Vegeta
genocide.
Sigma grind sets?
No, that's pretty cursed.
Except I'm not. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that one.
You don't like the old English Imperial?
No. In general, I don't like it.
It has never looked good. However, I
I
respect
mean, it
it.
kind of suits the like plinth hats.
You grow your mustache specifically out for your hat.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the real world example of like a JoJo's hairstyle, like Poochie. Just weird.
I
It
reminded
turns
of
out if you search Vegeta mustache, you get the most wild images.
See, I think he doesn't. That one kind of suits him to a degree.
I don't know about that.
Fantastic.
the
I
mullet.
think bar would be better.
I mean,
but-
if he's just waking up and hasn't shaved, yeah, the mullet, like the side chops are a bit much.
I would
was
chill
gonna
to
say,
see
mullet?
Vegeta
That's
with
not
a
what a
mullet.
mullet is.
I
Super
don't know
Saiyan
why.
3 kind of has mullet energy.
Mullet
does.
mullet is my country's national hairstyle, and I hate it.
Wait, countries have national hairstyles?
No, but this one does.
Oh, I
Vegeta
see.
never actually went Super Saiyan 3, did he?
I don't think so.
He just went straight
I
to
think he's
God.
straight to- yeah,
He went straight from 2 to God.
he doesn't need Super Saiyan 3. He's not that weak.
Yeah,
He's
Vegeta is strong, and he
He's
would
princely energy.
too if he had prep time and stuff.
Nah, I don't think he needed it. He's a prince. He's the Prince of Saiyans. He's owed godship. Big
What
brain.
is he? He doesn't even have to train. He should just walk in and get the victory.
Oh, let's not go that far.
I know.
I wish he got something special for being royalty.
That would be cool. Something to make him a bit more distinct.
Like Big Bang attack is real cool. I'm a big fan.
It's a good
but,
name.
like, oh yeah.
I remember
Well, he
that.
and Nappa
Love
were
BB-8.
like able to control their Uzuru forms, if you remember.
That
So he
is
should get
true.
the canon Super Saiyan 4 form.
I'd be fine with that.
It would make
my God.
sense.
Yeah,
I would be for it.
Actually, I remember. I think
Just maybe
Super
redesign
Saiyan 4, Omega Shenron, and maybe some version of Baby were in one of the games.
Oh my god.
Oh, like
Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta.
GT sometimes goes in the game.
They were-
It doesn't
they were pretty much all in like Budokai Tenkaichi 3. That had like everything. It's one of my favorites. Mostly because you could just smash people into mountains and fly around and stuff. Which is like,
What is that hair?
what?
Let's curse delete that image.
Like if you had this image on social media, you'd be like, I gotta get rid of
He has
this.
a back. He's got like a hunchback on his neck and then his back.
Yeah, I was gonna say the hair doesn't look too different from the image shown, but geez, he is
He's
very.
got bustles on top of bustles, man.
I don't remember him being this wide. I remember. I swear it was cooler. He looked. Okay, not as good as Goku, but at least better in the show.
No, maybe I retract my Super Saiyan 4 comment. Maybe it is bad.
Thank you for retracting.
This
the
picture
Super
is
Saiyan 4.
definitely bad. Like,
Especially the red part, I was expecting it to look more like fur, like rather than just a latex suit.
yeah, I swear it was fur.
It's supposed to be fur.
It
is
doesn't
supposed to
visually
be fur.
look that much like that.
I would like
It
to
kind
point
of-
out that Goku and Vegeta each get like different kinds of special outfits.
Yeah,
in
they
their
get new
Super
pants,
Saiyan form. In their Super Saiyan 4 form.
which I could instantly
Yeah.
change pants like that.
I
That's
was-
cool.
I was wondering if this was the same outfit Vegeta was wearing where he transferred, or he just got new pants.
No, because like Vegeta is usually
What if
wearing
the form
like
is
the
without
Saiyan
the
stuff.
pants? No, let's think about it this way. What if Super Saiyan 4 was exclusively about the pants?
Like everything else is tertiary.
Yeah.
Super Saiyan, but it's only the good part.
Also, why do they have different styles of pants? How come Goku's got like the
That's what I was
trainee
talking
kind of
about.
Pants?
Well, I
Well,
think
that's-
it goes back to the
But Vegeta's got just
domestication of
jeans.
Vegeta. He's representing his human spirit.
You see, it's actually a sign that Goku is more powerful because his pants are gold, like the golden Uzuru form.
Yeah.
Okay.
Counter argument though.
Well,
Vegeta's looks cooler though.
I agree.
a
Vegeta has
weird way.
biker energy.
Yeah, it kind
He
of does.
does.
Doing a cross-country Harley road trip.
I
Like,
mean,
I reckon if you rotated that, you would see some firm buttocks there.
I'm sure. My main
I
problem
don't think
wasn't
they're
pants,
assless
it's the fact that his neck is
It's the tail's poking out. I think it's possible. In fact,
Yeah.
I think it would suit Vegeta.
It
I
does
can't-
play into the monkey like iconology, and also there would be no fur there either.
I also
As
think
is the case
Bulma
with
would be
monkeys.
into it.
Bulma seems like a freak, yeah.
Wait, it's
Yeah, that's a polite way of putting it.
the
Yeah,
way
you're
the
right.
fur is, it would imply that like the entire lower body has fur, don't you think?
I would think so, except the ass cheeks.
Except
Yeah,
the butt.
that's where I'm at.
And maybe the feet.
But like only the bottom of the feet, right?
What
Like
if-
the
What
Hobbit.
if his knees had like patches where his hair, no hair as well?
I don't like that. That's so
Just
gross.
random
It's so
spots
ugly.
missing.
I'm very glad that we can't identify that, so we can have this riveting conversation.
Toriyama's drawn it. We can ask him. He'll let us know.
Oh my god!
Oh,
He's
you're
probably
right.
on Twitter, right?
Please don't disturb this man.
Maybe I should just go and at him.
No.
What?
Well,
what are
this
the
is
questions
the
we need
dice
to ask?
bag. I have a question for you, Toriyama.
Do Super Saiyans get golden pubes when they transform?
Mr. Toriyama, do you consider the Saiyans to be monster girls? And if so, why?
I think he would say Well, I don't know. What do you think he would
I
say?
think he's on
he
my
would say
team.
yes.
I think he would.
I think he would say,
Yeah.
Nani?
I think it would say, "Why is this weird? Why is this
The
Westerner
Japanese
He would
adding
hit you
me?"
with the wakarimasen.
Okay, another
I think he would
serious.
think it's quite like obviously, duh. Of course they're monster girls, but they're his monster girls. That's why they're different.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, finally found a good picture of this, which I think is, yeah, it was in another game. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Thoughts on this?
I like that a lot more.
Thick. That is also from Dragon Ball Fighters.
It was
Yeah, it looks
the-
like
And
fighters.
it is.
It was the
awesome.
it was the only picture I could find. There were no other good shots on the wiki.
I think this is a much better interpretation of the Super Saiyan 4, even though it's not that different.
Yeah, I tend to.
Something about it is more appealing.
Gogeta definitely wears it better.
I have a lot of nostalgia
What the
for
kids call
Goku's,
Riz.
but
Oh, wasn't Gogeta Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta actually canon in GT?
was he?
I'm pretty
no, that-
sure
I thought so.
he
Well,
was
wait,
their
The
go-to.
Potema fusion.
No, wait, yeah, he was canon. Like he acted like people pointed out how he was like acting more like the Monkey King because he was messing around really hard with Omega Shenron.
Oh, that's normal for Gogeta. That's how he was in the movie.
That's also
Uh,
just like a Goku.
Actually, yeah, you're right.
Like Goku is Sun Wukong. Like that. Just
Vegeta has that
That
energy
is the
as well,
character.
but he just portrays it differently. That's kind
Yeah.
of the point,
like
I don't-
Vegeta's a sadist.
How do we feel about the Gogeta Vegito distinction?
Because I'm in
Vegito.
love with Vegeta,
I actually don't know the
I like
distinction.
Vegito.
As in,
It's like which personality is more dominant?
Or no,
I
I'm just saying,
Oh.
which one do you like better?
Design
I
wise,
thought it was an
it's
even mix.
Gogeta. Personality wise, it's Vegito.
like
I'm gonna need a reference for this.
there's I never knew about that. Vegito.
Personally, I'm more of a Gogeta fan just because I prefer that style of fusion.
So, from what I'm looking at, Vegito looks just like Gohan.
It's mainly the outfit.
Like he looks like Gohan to me.
Kinda, yeah.
He does.
The Protara earrings
Yeah.
probably like push
Like,
that look a little harder.
I think
I-
he looks
I ain't a
best
fan.
in fighters.
Yeah, that's one of the gripes I had with Super actually, is that they went with Vegito as their go-to like fusion and the Protara fusion and all that.
I think
didn't
it's just you see so much Goku that it's nicer to get a little bit more Vegeta in there.
I understand that. I never knew there was a difference, and the main Vegito. I guess Vegito made the biggest impression because of the Boo fight.
Hmm.
Oh, and
And
Whatever,
they have the same face.
the whole thing with Potara fusion was that it was like temporary. Or not, Potara was permanent, and the fusion
Yeah.
dance was temporary. But then every time they do the Potara thing, they like come up with some excuse for it to be temporary anyway. So it's like, why don't you just do the dance?
Yeah, I remember it came undone because of weirdness with Boo, but everything was weird about the Boo arc. So, like them randomly diffusing because they're inside Boo's body isn't the strangest thing.
What?
What?
Sorry, I blanked out and just heard inside Boo's body, and now I'm very concerned of where this conversation went.
You,
Did
what are
you
you
miss
talking
that
about?
part?
This is Boo. He eats people constantly.
There was like
That's
a whole section where they were eaten
Yeah,
by
that's true.
Boo, and they had to
I
fight
kind of
their way
forget
out.
the Boo saga,
My
because
memory
the only bit I
of-
remember was Mr. Satan and the dog.
That was a good part.
I liked Mr. Satan.
That was truly the strongest human there ever was.
You mean Hercule, right?
Of course.
My memory of everything Dragon Ball falls off very fast after the Cell Saga.
Yeah, I'm kind of like that actually.
I understand.
So, I like the Cell Saga when Cell was in his like first form, the buggy gross thing.
Yeah.
Dude, I love the tournament arc. I love the father-son Kamehameha. That stuff was fire. I was
That
like,
was
this is
excellent.
So cool.
Yeah. Oh, Teen Gohan was really fun to watch.
And then
cool.
they made Gohan an irrelevant character for the
Yes.
rest of the show.
Oh,
Then
don't-
he got his
bad, man.
driver's license with Piccolo.
Man, it's a good thing that doesn't happen with any other characters in Dragon Ball.
Wow.
I would watch the Yamcha slice of life anime.
I want a
before
Yamcha
that.
dating scene.
Or what is
Yamcha
it?
dating
The,
sim?
the
I do the-
Yamcha baseball anime would be pretty
Oh
sick.
yeah.
But you just watch him wreck everybody every time?
Yeah.
No. You
Yeah.
can have no
It's like the One
intergalactic
Punch
baseball.
Man of sports anime.
Oh, intergalactic. You bring in the other dimensions and the
Yeah, exactly. You
gods
bring
of
in the
baseball.
exactly, and it turns out this is Yamcha's true calling. Like he's weak at everything else, but he's a god at baseball,
Dragon Ball,
and the adversity just makes him better.
Dragon Ball Super, but good.
Dragon Ball Super Bowl. But that's
In
football.
Dragon Ball Fighters, the game, it was really funny because the first patch of that game, Yamcha was the best character in the game. And the joke was that Yamcha is the most technically proficient fighter in Dragon Ball. He just lacks the strength of all the other characters.
Yamcha is a good fighter. He's just not cheating like everyone else.
Yeah, I was wondering, how strong, as far as human go, is Yamcha? Because like, I always got the impression that as far as the average fighter went, he was much stronger, like with Krillin and such.
Like
If I remember from
before
the original
Dragon
series,
Ball
he was
started,
really competent.
he's
he
like
wa-
the second
yeah, he-
strongest.
yeah, he
like
wa-
Tien Shinhan is the strongest, and then it's Yamcha, then it's
Yeah, but he's
Krillin.
got a third eye. That's cheating.
I was
True.
pretty sure Krillin beat both of them at some point. Like during the Namek saga?
Yeah, like,
Does he not
after
like
the show.
I'm pretty sure Krillin is the strongest human in the show.
Yeah,
That's why
I wasn't
Android
saying that
18
He
loves
was a
Yamcha.
cheater.
I wasn't saying that Yamcha was stronger, just that he was up to their level.
I mean,
Krillin's got
Krillin
to get stronger. If he wants to get
single-handed-
with that woman, he has to get stronger.
Oh,
Yeah.
Krillin's very.
Otherwise,
oh, yeah,
she'll
Krillin's-
destroy him.
Krillin is very strong.
We'll be sent to the emergency room every other night.
And it would be every other night. But no, Krillin is very strong. He single-handedly defeated Frieza. Like, he taught him the keys to his own demise. It's genius. He's the best strategist in the entire show.
To be fair, I can't even defrost my Frieza. The fact that he beat Frieza the alien, that's impressive.
Dragon Ball is so ridiculous. I very much appreciate that everyone has a knowledge of Dragon Ball. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Hey,
I
Dice.
remember-
it's kind of crazy that we've just been talking about that for like an hour.
Yeah. But it's
Was
cool in
actually-
a stupid way.
I was
We
actually
can
gonna
not.
get
if you
into something
prefer.
something else,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
we can move on if you want.
No, it's fine. If you guys have more DBZ stuff to talk about, like that was
Okay. I
my
had one last thing.
childhood.
I have one thing, but it could go into a whole other direction.
Well, lay it on us.
Okay, it wasn't something that bothered me too much personally, but one thing I did like about the Shadow Dragon saga, even though it did leave a lot of plot points, was that it emphasized consequences for using the Dragon Balls to fix every problem in the show. I'm
I have
exaggerating,
no
but
recollection of the Dragon Shadow Saga.
well, did you watch GT or no?
Oh yeah.
That's generally considered probably one of the best parts of GT. For what I'm talking about, the reason that the Shadow Dragons came about was that apparently with each wish, there was a growing corruption in the Dragon Balls, and they retconned it so that you're supposed to wait like 100 years, because then the Dragon Balls will turn evil because people are constantly spamming wishes. And they absolutely do like bring back a lot of people from death.
True. But I mean, like, they've already established death to kind of be a meaningless thing in Dragon Ball anyways. Because you don't even need to be, like, brought back by the Dragon Balls. You can just be dead and then come back and fight while you're dead.
Yeah.
Isn't that what Frieza did, basically?
It's
Or
what
Goku
Frieza
did
did.
that.
It's what Goku did.
Yeah, it's
like,
true.
everyone has done this in Dragon Ball.
Yeah, the Dragon Balls were kind of just a fix it. We're kind of just a fix-it switch, so it was interesting to see them try to address that.
Instant transmission is kind of broken when you can just transport yourself from like the afterlife to the real world.
Wait, you can actually go that far?
Yeah.
Goku does that.
Goku like instant transmissions into like literal heaven, talks with the Supreme Kai, and then just like goes back home for lunch.
Yeah, I forgot about
the
that.
The implications of instant transmission in Dragon Ball are absurd.
It's yeah, you're
It's
right.
kind of
You're
broken
right.
now that you think about it. And there's like an entire planet of people who taught that to him. Like, where are they?
Yeah, like whenever there's like a galaxy
Elsewhere,
level
the ancient
threat,
transmissioning all around the place.
they could just fix every problem. Like,
What? How did Goku learn instant transmission? I was trying
just
to
learned
remember.
He came back from space after fighting Frieza, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I learned this trick from some guys I met in space." So apparently,
surprise.
presumably, there's like an entire alien race who knows how to instant transmission.
But also, apparently, you can just learn how to instant transmission.
I
Yeah.
remember
Craziest
Hercule's
part.
daughter learned it, and she was a normal human.
When did she learn it?
I swear she learned. At the very least, she learned how to fly.
Oh yeah, she learned how to fly. But that's peanuts compared to instant
Who in
transmission.
Dragon Ball can't fly?
I
Mr. Satan.
Yamcha,
Yamcha.
maybe?
Yeah,
Yamcha
can
stayed-
fly.
Yamcha.
I'm pretty
What are you
sure
talking
Yamcha
about?
can fly.
I thought Yamcha had to use the
Yamcha
little
can
cloud
fly,
thing.
then he's also cheating. What the hell, Yamcha? He's supposed to be the normal guy.
You don't. I don't think anyone has ever considered Yamcha the normal guy.
He's definitely more normal
Compared to
than
the
everybody
rest of the
else.
cast.
Relatively speaking, yes. I get
Compared
that.
to all the aliens.
Only Yamcha was an alien, then he'd get to be cool.
I like when you go to the Dragon Ball wiki and you look at like their clip notes. Instead of just like date died in the series, it's like death dates with like an S in brackets.
I
And
just
he has 4.
wait. Krillin has I'm at Krillin's. Krillin has 5.
Oh, it's so stupid.
Are you telling me that Dragon Ball can be a little silly at times?
Just a little cheeky.
A tiny bit here and there.
Just a little bit.
So, what about Daima, though? What's our opinions on that?
What?
Daima.
Dragon Ball Daima, it's the new one.
Oh, I'm
It's
too
coming
old.
out.
I don't watch any new
A new
media anymore.
a new series?
Yeah.
I haven't heard of that.
It
I
sounds
think
familiar,
it was
but I don't
announced the
know
other
what it
day.
is.
Hang on, I'll get a link.
Wait, is this another thing where they're doing that turn Goku back into a kid again? Yeah, look at
Yeah,
that. Kid Goku.
But the thing is, it's not just Goku.
What, it's all of them? They're all kids?
Yeah, all of them. I don't know why either. It's like I guess GT2.
I don't know. I guess, you know, the thing that makes Dragon Ball okay with all the stupid sequels is that it's not really that serious to begin with. Like, everybody who discusses Dragon Ball Z lore, it isn't really discussing Dragon Ball Z lore because it's, like, particularly profound or interesting or anything. It's just, like, it's insane.
It's just, like, a lot of fun.
It is.
Also, this show, I'm actually negatively interested in it.
What?
I
Oh,
I have
am-
nothing good to say about it from what we've seen so far.
Okay.
Yeah, I have, like, no interest in it.
The CGI for Shenlong looks good.
I'll take your word for it.
Like, the CGI that they've used for the 3D effects looks like the art style of the 2D. But, like, that's also a thing in, like, some of the Super movies as well. They've just been really good at making the art styles look good.
At all.
Well, there's a lot of anime where the CG just doesn't fit.
As so much so. I think
I just have-
you think CG usually looks best for like mechs and giant robots.
What is this? Holy cow.
Even Mr. Satan got turned into a kid, what?
What?
Why does...
DB0?
I think it's definitely just a fan-made
Pardon me, I gotta
thing.
go. Sorry, guys.
Oh, sayonara.
Ciao.
See
I have no idea why that one on the right has a bandana.
who is
It
that?
It
one
looks
on the
like
right?
Pan or something.
Yeah, that was what I was thinking, but Pan's already in pretty much all the iterations I've seen. She's pretty young already.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Got no idea what I'm looking at. Hmm. Have we actually talked about that Hello Games thing? Besides what I
don't
was
think
saying
so.
earlier?
Hello.
You said that it was the size of a planet, and I said, uh-oh.
Yeah, I think that's
What?
where it stopped.
Wait, what? What are we talking about?
The company that made No Man's Sky is coming
Oh, yeah.
out with a fantasy game. That's a sandbox like that.
Interesting.
The trailer they released for it looks kind of nice, but like it's all just gameplay footage, not really much talking about mechanics or anything. But yeah.
I would need to see what the mechanics of the game are.
Yeah,
specifically.
that's like my gripe with No Man's Sky is like it didn't feel like I was playing a game. It just felt like here's some cool stuff, walk around and look at it. Of course, they've added systems to it, but it's kind of like there's so much stuff been added later that I'm like, do I really want to learn everything again?
The last time I played No Man's Sky, it was fine. And like not in the good way, but fine as in like this is acceptable sort of way. But it's definitely better than it was if you played it when it first came out. It's definitely like an actual game now instead of a weird spacewalking sim.
Yeah. Like, I think the main gripe I have is just that the systems they put in there just aren't satisfying to play around with. Like, the combat kind of sucks. But my thing is, if they take the combat with the new one and then add in like some actual interesting rewards and stuff for doing your things, then they could definitely have something going on. I do be a loot goblin.
I don't share your loot goblin energy, like, at all. My problem with No Man's Sky's combat was that it wasn't very tactical, and
Yeah.
it served no purpose other than artificially like preventing you from accessing resources in an area. And you could just like tank and heal to bypass combat entirely if you just didn't care for it.
Yeah, that's basically what I would say.
I would, if they can make combat meaningful, it'd be awesome. But I don't, given what I've seen in No Man's Sky from the studio, I am not optimistic. I think they have learned skills that would be excellent for other types of games, but if their focus in this one is combat, Nope. What's it called? It's like
Light no fire.
Light no fire.
I know what you. That smaller single player one.
What?
I thought you were talking about another game from Hello Games.
They have a different game?
Yeah, they made one a few years ago.
Oh, I thought No Man's Sky was their first.
It was, but they made one afterwards.
Some Man's Sky.
I don't remember exactly. It involved campfires and the characters looked like walking pillows.
Well, that might have been like a kind of a test run for some of the stuff they're putting in this game. What was that one about? Do you know?
Not exactly.
Ah.
The actual trailers were kind of vague about what you were doing, just that you were going around lighting campfires in what looked like was probably an abandoned civilization.
Yeah, have you guys seen the trailer for Light No
I'm
Fire?
watching it right now.
Okay.
Oh wait. Yeah, the last campfire. Okay, maybe let me look this up. Lighting the fire.
When I watch it, I see the bones of No Man's Sky in it, which might be uncharitable. But there are parts of this that I'm like, I know the history behind this game.
Wait, Light No Fire? That's the name?
Yeah.
Oh, that giant actually looks kind of sick. I don't know what's going on with that, but that looks kind of sick.
It looks like things are kind of more developed than No Man's Sky in a general sense to me.
I will agree, since they're not procedurally generating a universe, it looks more focused.
Well, they're supposed to be procedurally generated. The planet is.
Oh wait, this is procedurally generated too?
I'm pretty sure it says that in the trailer. It says a procedural Earth at some point.
Yeah, it says it in the trailer at the very beginning, but I simply just don't believe them when they say that.
I must have missed it.
Because that's exactly what they said when No Man's Sky came out, and it came out to be that it was sure procedurally generated universe, but it was also just bad.
Well, those two things aren't mutually the same.
You're right, but I tend to base my opinions off of what people have done in the past. And I will say this looks a lot better than No Man's Sky did at the launch. I'm just very worried.
It's just one planet, right?
Yeah.
If you play this game live, I will watch you play it the entire time. Not live. I'll probably watch the VODs.
Oh. So I won't have anybody to talk to.
Well, maybe. I don't know. Is it like an environment game? Or are you supposed to get in the mood to play?
I don't know. It says it's multiplayer and you can have people hang out with you.
Oh yeah, it is multiplayer.
Is it gonna be multiplayer the way No Man's Sky was multiplayer at
I
the
don't
beginning?
know.
Except there was
One
no
knows.
multiplayer capability at
Well,
all.
they do have multiplayer in No Man's Sky now. So
Now they do.
now they do.
But I mean, I'm chuffed because they said they would have it in the beginning, and it was actually just a lie. Maybe I feel like I'm coming across super biased, but I am. Like, these guys burnt me, and they've had an amazing comeback with the support they've given No Man's Sky. But I'm still like, I don't want to be fooled twice.
I get you. Dale says Light No Fire is something I'll be interested in if they're baking it for a long time, which I think the guys said they've been working on it for 5 years. So it's not some like new thing they just popped out for fun.
That worries me more than if they said they were working on it for a year.
If it's, I mean, I think.
Wait,
3
did you say
years-
that worries you more?
That worries me more. Yeah.
Okay, I understand where you're gonna go, but if you were to, if you'd be less worried that they said they took a year to develop a game like this, then I feel like we'd have different problems due to the time wait.
Yeah,
The
I mean,
longer-
I've been working on creatures for like almost 3 years.
Yeah, but you're an
And-
indie.
Yeah, and I'm also
You're a dude.
they're not like a huge studio as far as I can tell either.
I mean, they are a studio.
They are a studio, but they're also like a video game and have 3D models and stuff and coding. I just write stuff down and draw things. That's my entire game.
Correct. However, single individual people also produce spectacular 3D games. Like Inscription is a one guy passion project, right?
I don't know.
Is it one guy?
I think
that'd
he
be
has like
impressive.
localizers and stuff, but I wonder if Hello Games like talks about their staff at all. First of all, they're British, so there's
Oh,
a
I already
problem
hate
right
them.
there.
I will
Oh.
acknowledge that that is a problem. But at least they're not French.
You're right.
That'd be even worse.
Additionally, it says that their number of employees as of 2020 is 26,
26.
which is actually kind of small.
It is pretty
That-
small. It's not huge. And that's probably
Yeah.
also counting like office staff and HR kind of guys.
I don't think a company of 26 people is going to have an HR guy.
You might be right about that. It would definitely be an HR girl if they had it, because it always is. Point being, they're not like a AAA studio or something.
Right. I wonder if it says how much money they made off of No Man's Sky. This Wikipedia article is insane. This is the longest Wikipedia article I've ever seen.
For No
And
Man's
it's just
Sky?
For No Man's Sky.
Oh, speaking of wiki articles, I've got to show my favorites.
Oh, the source. This Wiki. So half of this Wikipedia page is sources. There are 326 citations on this wiki article.
You got
for
a
No Man's
citation
Sky.
for this article, sir?
Oh, that is crazy.
Source.
Um,
I may have shown this before. This is
one of my favorite articles on the internet.
Yeah.
Mailman Brando, that looks familiar. Yeah, I think you've shown us that one before. How's that research coming along?
Oh, I was unable to find the amount of money that it made. I'm kind of multitasking a little bit. However, this Wikipedia article is so large that... Oh, wait, no, never mind. I found it. So it's such a large Wikipedia article, but it also doesn't have a table of contents either.
Wikipedia. Quit begging for money and fix your articles. No Man's Sky needs better articles.
So the gross revenue of No Man's Sky in 2016 was $43 million.
In 2016?
A 26-man studio. That's pretty good.
Yeah. And they keep putting out new updates for the game since then, too.
They don't have to work anymore. Everyone there became a millionaire.
Wait, how many millions?
46.
Okay, you're right. That could be like $1 million for everybody. Yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic, let's say that. They have resources, they now have expertise. They've probably learned from some failures. And they're not a AAA studio. So...
They're using AAA technology, though. I don't trust it.
Which technology?
I don't know. Their game, it's not a fair thing to say. Their game looks AAA. So it's fruit of the poison tree to me. I don't trust it.
I don't like the art style.
No, I like the art style.
But you said it looks AAA, so you don't like it.
Good. It's fine.
Define the AAA look for us, Colette.
Realism.
Yeah, it sounds
It doesn't
AAA to
look
me.
that realistic. There were people with bunnies for heads, you know?
Sounds.
Or rabbit heads for heads.
Oh, do you not?
But
know
are they
rabbit-
cartoony?
Sort of. It's like that weird pseudo-realism look. Like plasticine almost.
It didn't really look plastic. They kind of looked like detailed stuffed animals.
Also, like, the animal people are part of one of the things that kind of gives me more hope. Just because, like, it's clear that there are fantasy races hanging out. And some of them are players, you can see. Like, some of the players have, like, ears and tails and stuff.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, you just see the backs of them, so... It's kind of hard to notice if you're not looking for things, but... It seems like it's going really hard on, like, the fantasy RPG tropes. So that's part of the reason I'm like, they might have something this time. Because sci-fi,
They might be cooking.
Sci-fi kinda, There's just not much to get excited for in sci-fi. Anyways, I think this one might be done too.
Let's see. Hey, nice.
It's looking good.
The kitty's getting vicious. He needs declawed. Now, what do we got?
I mean, Dale seems like he'd live in the environment that would know that would let him learn this kind of thing.
They're already here in his continent, I think.
Exactly.
Intergalactic energy spawners.
Yeah,
That's what pulls Australia up. It's on top of an intergalactic energy spider, I think.
Look, it's even upside down. It's clearly Australian.
Definitely. I think I'm gonna save this. Then it might be time to go ahead and call it on the stream. I didn't expect things to go this quickly with the art.
We do provide choice commentary for any successful artist.
An hour of Dragon Ball Z commentary. I'll clip that out and make a whole video of it.
Dice back stream,
Honestly,
but it's only the good.
that's the kind of stuff that I listen to, so maybe.
I mean, it shouldn't be hard. It's pretty much just that from start to finish, so
How did we get started on Dragon Ball exactly?
I have no idea.
It just happens.
I think it was. Oh, now I remember. We got into Monster Girls, and then Dale got us just pushed the rock down the hill. Android 21.
What is the image of a dragon smoking a cigarette or a cigar? What is this image of a giant spider on? What is that? Uranus? Saturn? Jupiter? I
That's
think it's
Australia.
Jupiter. Oh, that's Australia. My bad. You know, my eyes aren't what they used
Oh,
to be.
come on! The spider's upside down.
You're right. You're right. That's my bad. I should have known.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm not Australian either, so I was thinking, why is that spider not being affected by grav? Oh, Australian. That explains it. Anyway, the dragon smoking a cigar is from GT. One of the funniest. I really like this image. That's all.
The cigar looks like it was photoshopped in.
Yeah, I just noticed that that the cigar is floating next to his mouth.
Oh my gosh.
But I guess that's the power of Shadow Shenron.
He's definitely a bad dude.
But does he own a button-up shirt with "bad guy" written on it?
Bad
Well,
man, you mean?
Well,
Yeah, bad man.
when someone tries to give him smack talk, he lights a cigar and with a giant lighter, I believe. No, wait, he just lights it up and blows smoke in their face. That's a sign.
You know, if a dragon was carrying a lighter, I would be mad. I would be furious.
I said that, but then I remembered. Yeah, he probably just used fire breath.
Oh, I forgot to turn on the time-lapse recording for this thing.
Oh, that's very unfortunate.
Dang it. That's one I can't use for a standalone video. Let's see. 30? Oh, maybe. Okay, no. Nope. It's lost.
Sorry, man.
Oh, well. At least I got the last one in time-lapse. Just gonna save this one as transparent, and I think I'm ready to call it a night.
Extremely reasonable.
That was a pretty good time.
It has been a shorter Saturday stream than usual, though.
It's the time I tend to try and make it.
I see.
What he's saying is that's not the time we're used to.
It's not the
There's the
5 or 6 hour stream of last time. No.
There's the time you want to make
a
it,
little
and the time
absurd.
that actually happens.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Let me get my OBS back up on the screen.
Usually a good start.
There it is. Let's put the right thing on the page there. We'll end on this little view of little Perfreet. Not little. Big Perfreet.
A little big man.
He's little when he retreats into the earth. That's a thing he can do.
He earned that size.
He can just slide back into here, right here. Then he can hide out. He can hide among mundane objects.
Link would be in.
You
for
would
a real
so would you
surprise.
say that he is able to hide among us?
He made the joke?
Sus.
All right. Yeah, anyways. Hey, viewers, thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to subscribe to my channels here. If you're still here, you must have liked what you watched, so why don't you watch more later? And you got to subscribe to do that. Remember, guys? Okay, that's cool. I'll see you guys later. Oh, and also, I never even mentioned what the hell I'm working on the entire stream. This is my monster collecting tabletop RPG. It's like D&D mixed with Pokemon. That's another reason you should follow my channel, because this is we do more of this all the time. So yeah, if that sounds cool, check out those links in the description, except unless you're on Twitch, where there is no description. But follow me there anyways. Anyways, yeah, I'm procrastinating. I'll see y'all later. Bye!